Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready, set, 53, check 53.
Let's go, D.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Hey, check 24. Check. Ready.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, nothing but room to run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, Charlie. Let's go. Get set.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Fielded just inside the 30. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Mayfield now from the 50. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Ready, go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's caught by Mike Evans. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Come on, D.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
He finds his running back, Mixon. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Regular. Hey, Haywood.
Right there, 54. Right.
Hurry. I'm coming for you, son.
To throw, Mayfield looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Mayfield now. That's complete right around the 8. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Flushed out right. And it's caught. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And his kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
At their own. Yard line.
Come on.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Watch the shit!
Go.
2nd and 10. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
Ready, go!
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. A 1st down throw from Mayfield. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off here, the 32. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Able to push his way through. Odell Beckham Jr. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, an 80-yard touchdown. And once again, the Browns are back in front. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Push him back. Push him back. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Let's go. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. 23 yards the pickup there.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Down. 30 base. Let's go. Mike, we got to get the ball until you get the ball right here. Let's go. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 31.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Now Joe Mixon. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Ready. Go.
Now it's Mixon running right. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. The catch made by Miller. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this 1st half. He's got his guys a 1st down here. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Jim. Check. Go on. Kill.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Sponge. No.
Mixon trying to punch it in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
2nd and 2. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And his kick here is good. And that will knot us up at 10. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we usually think...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 75 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
53, check 53. All day, baby, all day. Check.
2nd and 15. He finds his target. It's Evans. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They're going to look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. 1st down, Mayfield. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
To throw again on second down. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
He finds Beckham complete. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
That's out to Chubb, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Right there. 54, right there, 54, Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Big series right here. So we got to step it up. Deuce, you're out.
They'll set up a throw. It got his man complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he's got some space here. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there on the option. 44 yards.
First down, Cleveland.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run again on first down, Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
180. Run. 54. Now let's run. Hey, over. Mike by 4. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Bravo. 54's Mike. Check.
Throwing, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Nixon will try the right side. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Nice 7. Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
Set, 180. Check, 45 with the mic. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Come on.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And an alley to run. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
54. Regular. Block 54. Hurry. Hey, you. Hey, alert.
Mayfield looks to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets...
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Run. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Following the interception, Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
45.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield looking for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Mayfield now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Going right side here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? Here we go. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey,
He'll drop to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Bucs on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard
So
line.
signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Leo. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Ready.
On second down, here's Mixon. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46.
You don't want none. Mike, 53. Mike. Better bring it.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kenny Young picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
You better be afraid of me.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Bucs on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 17.
53 to Mike. 53. Check. 55.
Looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Point it right.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take this one up to about the 13. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Mike, 54. Watch the run.
And again, it's Chubb. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
One sec. 180.
Mike by 4.
Yeah.
Check safety.
A run for Nick Chubb. Runs over him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Cleveland.
Good. 180.
54 Mike. I don't think you got it, son.
What's that?
On first down, Jefferson. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
180. And come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here.
Now a give right side. Jefferson. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, Mayfield. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Well, the Jets sweep. This is Godwin. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It was a play that was designed to trick the defense, to try and fool them. They didn't gain a huge chunk of yardage, but they did pick up a 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Black. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch it.
2nd and 2. He completes it to Evans. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Set, ready. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. 53.
You ain't doing nothing today.
You zoom, fellas, let's go.
53's the mic. 53's the mic.
Check. Go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. They'll set up a throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability. Yeah,
you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop us. They cannot.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for the Browns, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.